Alright, so let me explain about yesterday. So when I gathered all the stuff up to do this, and when I went to put these together, I realized these hadn't been rebuilt. This still had the original bushings in it. And so when I took it apart, I realized that these things had some significant wear. The shiny spots here, I mean, you can physically see to the naked eye that it's worn down the diameter enough to where, I mean, they're only 70 years old. So what do you expect? So, couldn't reuse those. I didn't want to reuse those. I could have, I guess. So then I decided I was going to put all this together. This lower stuff. Well, problem is, these have to go on first. Because there's two bolts up here that have nuts on the inside of this shock tower. And you can't put the nuts on if the spring's in place. And all this mess down here, you can't put the spring in place. This has to come off. And this actually gets compressed with it all together at the same time. So it just became a cascade of failure. And I had to stop. Ordered new pivot points and from Moss Motors. They'll be here hopefully this week. So I said, well, let's put the rear end together. Except the front leaf spring mount bolts I can't find. I have no idea where they are. I think there's probably still at the powder coaters. But I don't know that for a fact. It's like, so those are on order too. And the front eye bushings in these leaf springs haven't been replaced either. So those are on order as well. So bushings, bolts, top pivot points are all on order from Moss Motors, and hopefully they'll be here this week. So I did bring the rear axle out to get a little bit more horizontal space in the garage. I was hoping to get all this stuff put back together and empty a bunch of boxes, clear up a little bit of the floor inside, but it didn't happen. So while I'm waiting for parts, I'll go back and concentrate on the body, put the wiring in. I've got exterior lighting put on. The guy from Salt Lake that has the TR3 took a bunch of photos for me of his wiring harness in his car and component placement, and that was a great help, so I can start placing parts and putting the harness in it. So I still have plenty of things to do. I just wanted to be outside yesterday and get this thing done. So there you have it.